What is going on, everybody? How are we? We are we're live across Facebook, YouTube, and X, and we're talking about the potential for severe weather here tonight, really across a large portion of the country. Not only today, but getting into tomorrow as well. Heavy rain, all the things. So we're going to ask that you obviously share with a friend, tag a friend, phone a friend, text a friend. I don't know, yell at a friend, send it to them, send it their way. Let them know we've got severe weather coming in. Uh, Make sure you're following the channels too, as we get into some talk here about some severe weather. Good morning. Hello, Paul. Hello, Trent. How are you? Hello, Brandy. Hello. I do have the infamous "Show Me Your Maps" shirt on, by the way. This is kind of something that was created for all the haters and the folks that don't like us going against the grain and doing our own thing. So today we have I always like to wear these when I go on the lives, sent to us by some clients and some friends. So always fun. You can guarantee we're going to show you some maps today. That's for sure. Good morning, Becky. Thanks for tagging Amanda. So yeah, do the shares, do the retweets, the reposts, the links. Send a link to a friend, and we'll get into the analysis here. Bobby, how are you? Hello. For the potential for some severe weather. We've had a lot of rain. We have had our fair share of continuations of winter, and we're going to get more rain and the potential for some severe weather coming up. So I'm going to share a window, if you will, and you're going to see me kind of shrink down there to the bottom right. And this is a look here at the day one severe weather outlook that's been posted here across the country, right? From Texas to Oklahoma to Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, and a couple of hot spots here for the potential of enhanced risks of severe weather, some stronger storms. Primarily, we have a significant hail concern down here across south central Texas. That those straight across dashed lines you see there is the potential for large hail, severe hail. And then you have the potential up here as well, northwestern Indiana, getting into portions of north central Illinois, northeastern Missouri, southeastern Iowa, with a hail chance. Now, a lot of these storms can produce hail from Muncie, Indy over to Bloomington, again, with the highlighted area of concern coming in across this north central Illinois, northwest Indiana, and there across central Texas. The wind risk is present. It's greatest in southern Texas. Not really a huge wind risk, but can't rule it out. And nonetheless, there's certainly doesn't mean we won't have the potential for storms to become, not windy, if you will. And listen, this is the bigger concern today is the tornado potential. And this is the first issuance for the Storm Prediction Center's SIG 2 level risk, 10% tornado probability with the potential for some of these tornadoes to be EF3 in strength. So major or strong tornadoes will be possible across north central Indiana, north central Illinois as well. First time we've seen that. The only thing keeping us from getting into a moderate risk at this point is this going from a 10% chance to a 15% chance, because the 15% and the SIG 2 level would indicate a moderate risk. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like it. I think it's confusing, and I don't agree with it. In fact, I think it sucks. I'll just be quite frank with you. But whatever, I'm not the Storm Prediction Center. They issue that. I'll explain it to you. I'll be the voice of reason for you. We'll try to figure out how 37 different parameters lead to one potential outcome. Nonetheless, strong tornadoes are possible in north central Illinois and northwestern Indiana today. It's very simple. Okay. So we want to be on the lookout, probably a watch box coming later. And that's where the greatest concern will be located here. Fort Wayne over towards Valparaiso, Kankakee, Peoria, Bloomington, getting as far south possibly Kokomo, Lafayette, Rantoul, Illinois over towards Macomb, Burlington, Iowa, there out in Galesburg, Alexis, Illinois. I've been out there several times over the years. A lot of clients out there in West Central Illinois as well. So I see a lot of you commenting. I will get to those comments as soon as I'm done with the analysis. So just bear with me, and we'll get to that here. Okay, I'm gonna go. Let's see if we can. There we go. I'm gonna turn my screen a little bit. I want to start with the current analysis of visible satellite, because where the sun can come out is where these storms. This, by the way, all these products you're seeing are products of Clarity. And Clarity is an amazing all-in-one platform that is ours, that filters, puts all this information out there for you. There's nothing like it, especially for how cheap it is to sign up for Clarity. If you want it, you can get the sign-up link in the comment. It's only $99 a year. So with that said, sunshine already breaking out across Missouri, Illinois, getting into far northwest Indiana, a little bit of a pesky lower level cloud deck, maybe a little bit of an inversion going on there this morning, typical of mornings like this. But the low level jet or fire up, where you see the sunshine come out, is where you're just going to have the better chance for the storms to become a little bit more prominent and severe in the areas we're going to be talking about. Okay, so let's go over here to synoptic weather, which, by the way, is free right now. synopticwx.com for the beta trial version. Anyone can access it for free. There are thousands and thousands of you that have done that, and it won't be free forever, but it will be for a little bit. So here's what I want to do. I want to go through the simulated radar product with you. You can see the timestamp top right-hand corner. That's going to be in Eastern time. We're going to watch a warm front lift north, and the warm front here is obvious in this particular setup because it's the denotion here in the isobars. It's this area here. This will lift north. It'll act as a boundary. The dew point temperatures will get into the mid 60s. Instability will rise. Surface low back out here. Okay, you're going to have this right here. You're going to be ushering in energy, and right along the warm front, where you can maybe get a slight southeast turn in the surface wind, and you can get storms to fire up and right along the boundary. Hence why the risk is in here for the best potential for tornadoes that latch across the warm front boundary. That's what we're going to watch for here. This is going forward. This is 6 o'clock Eastern tonight. So subtract 1 hour, it's 6. That's 7 Eastern, it's 6 Central. Okay. Thunderstorms fire up pretty rapidly by about 7 to 8 p.m. All right. Central Eastern time here. There's your surface low. And here is the thunderstorms starting to fire up here across northern Illinois. And you can see pretty abrupt development and pretty robust development, if you will. And some of these storms have the potential to become somewhat isolated in nature with how they track across the area. Some of these could be supercells. This particular instance here across Bloomington, Illinois this evening, an indication of a supercell. We have various weather models that show various different things, right? We have models that do have different strengths and weaknesses. The HRRR model, it again develops a couple of isolated cells out ahead of this tonight, same time frame. But some of these storms that develop out ahead of this are what we call supercell thunderstorms. These are the ones that'll have the potential to latch onto that front and move east across north central Illinois and north central Indiana, northwestern Indiana tonight. Okay, that's the HRRR. But again, you can see that pausing at 10 Eastern tonight, 9 Central time. Again, firing up along the warm front, the triple threat area, if you will. We've got the low pressure center, you've got the warm front, and you've got the trailing cold front behind. You've got the spin, you've got the low level jet coming in, cold air coming in behind it. Classic north central Illinois, northern Indiana tornado threat across the warm front. It's a classic setup, and it's how most tornadoes really occur around here. Honestly, we go all the way out to tonight. They'll start to basically kind of turn itself into, it'll go linear, if you will. The tornado threat will come to a little bit more of a lower end risk as we go through the overnight hours. That's where we will shift to our latest run of our RRFS weather model. We start to work in heavy thunderstorms overnight tonight. These storms will have the potential to be severe with hail and damaging winds. And of course, the isolated tornado cannot be ruled out, but it will certainly add plenty of rain to the situation, to the already saturated ground. You're going to get plenty of rain to move in and potentially aggravate flooding. But you can see here, waking up tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., these are some heavy thunderstorms across northern Ohio through central Indiana and Illinois, across the I-70 corridor, back out in through St. Louis, the boot heel there of Missouri. Again, you see waking up again, 7 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Central. Continuing on here, you almost have a little bit of what seems to be what I would call like a training situation, where thunderstorms may go over the same spot a couple times as the front moves through. Some of the morning runs have come in with much more aggressive rainfall totals across the I-70 corridor, which is something that we are watching. And then you can see it moves into Ohio by 10 a.m. Eastern, going good there. Pittsburgh down to southern Ohio, northern Kentucky, Louisville, right around the 1 p.m. time frame tomorrow. Look at this up there. You're not mistaken. That's snow showing up. That's cold air moving in tomorrow night. A strong cold front moves in behind it. But by 4 o'clock tomorrow, it's still raining across the Ohio Valley, Indiana, northern Kentucky, down southern Illinois, and in there to the western Tennessee. We're still getting rain to come down. All right. So pretty impressive that we see an extended threat of rain again, and then the cold coming down behind it. It's going to get pretty cold. In fact, we'll talk about how cold here in just a second, but we finally moved this stuff out. And then throughout the day, went Thursday morning, throughout the day, Thursday, it's nasty cold. And you look at this, you've got this cold air trying to turn the backside into some wintry mix and snow. Total rainfall, okay, with this event right now. Models are all over the place. They really are. We've got a barrage of possible outcomes here with the setup. This is the morning RRFS. We're going to roll with it for now. In terms of rainfall, an additional 1.5 inches across central Indiana, some locations upwards to 3 inches, where some of these supercell storms can go over the same spot twice in the primary threat area. 2-3 inch outcome there, north central Illinois, northern Indiana, southern Michigan. But again, widespread heavy rain outlook here across much of the country. So it's nothing to shrug off here. Here's a good way to look at where this model is putting in the most intense thunderstorms. We'll look at the updraft helicity swaths here. And we'll talk about just the threat through tonight, through tomorrow morning, basically 8 a.m. And you can see here where the strongest indication of thunderstorms are. You can see these longer track looks here. These are more indications of supercell thunderstorms developing across the central Texas, north central Texas there. A couple of those developing across southeast Kansas, Missouri, and then more of those here across north central Illinois and Indiana. So a couple of spots, which is why we have such a wide area of possible severe weather to be dealing with here in the risk area, right? The severe risk is large because there's going to be the potential for quite a bit of severe weather, if you will, in the form of all types of severe weather. So it's a big setup. Yeah, it's safe to call this a potential severe weather outbreak. Nonetheless, it's something that we're going to continue to watch. Strongest signals are kind of showing up in these 3 areas here, though, for sure. Let's check this out. Let's look behind this, the apparent temperature forecast from the blend of models. Watch as you get in here to Thursday morning. It's going to feel like 25 degrees. So 75 today, and then 25 feels like Thursday morning. That's nasty. You talk about a shock to the system. It's coming. It's going to be nasty cold for mid-March standards. We'll rebound a little bit. If you're excited maybe for Friday, temperatures might feel like they're in the 50s. Unless you're in Florida and it feels like 85, but it's not going to feel like that anywhere else. Temperatures will rebound. So, this system has certainly all of the makings to be one that'll bring probably multiple tornado watches, or at least severe thunderstorm watches. You can see on Clarity the simulated radar product already starting to show supercell thunderstorm development a little bit earlier here, even on this run. You can see the supercell developing there by as early as 3 or 4 central. Okay. And you can see the hook-like feature there developing a couple of cells there that certainly are going to have the potential to be tornadic between the hours of, say, 3 to 4 p.m. tonight there on Clarity's future radar that goes out in 30-minute increments, which is pretty cool. So that's kind of the rundown here, right? You see the thunderstorms are going to fire up as well down here across Texas tonight. All right. You can see a nasty, just overall outcome here of storms. There's the snow on the backside, and we'll be dealing with the threats here throughout the overnight hours. So, with that said, I will take questions. I'll continue to analyze this as I look through some of the comments here. But I will also let you know that again, if you the comments, the sign up link is here for Clarity. We go private Clarity lives. We send out nowcast human driven information to your locations, handmade graphics, nowcasts, insights. We send all that to you. Like we have an insight right now for Central Indiana that talks about where the heaviest rain risks are, where the best severe weather chances are, the timing. No application anywhere from anyone of any sorts does anything like it. And you can get into it for as little as $100 a year. So click the sign up link if you're interested in Clarity. We do way more than just have a Facebook page and live stream. Okay. Let's look at some comments here. Will Northwest Ohio see sun and the tornado risks go up? I don't think so. Nope. Don't think you'll see it. If I thought so, I would have mentioned it. I mean, you're certainly in the potential for tornadoes this evening. You're in that 5% value for a decently strong tornado, maybe if or on the lower end, EF1, EF2, according to this crap. But yeah, I mean, you're certainly in the risk. I'm tuning in Northern Illinois. Let's see. Does Indianapolis have a tornado threat today? Yes, you do. You can see on the map here. It's a non-zero threat for tornadoes. We're not expecting an outbreak of any kind, but there's certainly a potential for a spin up or two tonight. What are you thinking about Brown and Bartholomew County? Well, I mean, we go to our future radar scan here. It doesn't go out quite far enough. We'll go over here to Synoptic, and I'll kind of time this out for you on when I think that could be. In fact, I'm going to do a different layer here, the updraft composite helicity. Oh yeah, here we go. So it really starts to work in. These storms are strong on the RRFS. You start to get some pretty strong storms here by Wednesday, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Probably continues through. Rain continues through about 6 o'clock Wednesday evening. So tomorrow morning, Molly, I think a lot of the storms are out of here or not in here until really right about 3 to 4 o'clock Wednesday morning for the Indy metro area. Yep, severe in Kokomo is certainly possible. Guys, again, if you're asking about your cities, just look at the map. Okay, I mean, I'm kind of going over all this. It's I can't do city by city stuff, but there's your outlook for severe weather today. All right, the highest is in the orange, the second highest is in the yellow, the lowest is in the green. If you're in these locations, that's your potential severe weather risk today in terms of a scale. Selena, I do not believe this shifts south at all. No, I don't see that happening, especially if we are overcast here right now. There's no sun in the sky. Instability is not building. Our severe weather will be more dynamically driven along the front here later. Yeah, Sarah, I mean, it can lessen the intensity, but I mean, regardless, there's a front coming through that can still offer up the potential at stronger storms along the front with or without sunshine. Yeah, Kyle, I understand that you're blind and you can't see the map. I understand that. I've known that. I do my best to explain to everybody all the time, all the places. I can't hit all the spots and be extremely detailed, and it's not a thing. I can't do it. But I don't need the constant reminder. I know that. I know. Okay. do my best to help you with that. And you have clarity. So I get it. Can you explain the hatch system and what it means? I can, and I can also tell you that I don't like it. I think it's confusing, and I'm not a big fan of adding confusion to an already confusing product. But here it is. Intensity. Let me turn this down here. Intensity level 1. You're looking at reasonable, max tornado of somewhere EF2 range. You go to level 2, which is SIG2, which is these lines, which is what we have today. You're looking at reasonable max EF3. And then you have intensity level 3, which is SIG3. You go into intensity level 3, which is reasonable max EF4 tornadoes. So you can go to the SPC page and find out about this and read more into it. In my opinion, it does make this a little confusing. There's a lot of categories here and descriptions of risks, but I'm not a big fan. But you can see what's keeping us out of a moderate today is simply the tornado being a one level higher with the SIG2, or in an enhanced, we would go to a moderate if it was a 15% chance. So if they up the tornado percentage today at noon, it'll go to a moderate risk. Again, I think it's confusing, so whatever. If some of you love it, that's great. Some of you don't, that's great too. I'm glad it's not confusing to you, Benjamin. I appreciate that you like it and that it's easy for you. A lot of people have expressed that they don't like it and it is confusing, which is why I just said that. Let's see. Yep, here's the map of the tornado predictions up there. You can see where the greatest probabilities or the highest risk is located right now. Is the rest of March going to be more quiet across the state? Yeah, I mean, here's a look at our long range outlook for March. This was updated just a little bit ago. I mean, it's no, not really. I mean, we're probably going to be warm and pretty wet. That probably continues a warmer and wetter pattern out through the end of March into April. So no, I don't think it's a quiet pattern for sure. Any tornado risk for Northern Kentucky, Cincinnati tomorrow? I'm freaking out. I mean, I don't think it gets that far south. It's non-zero risk, I guess. There's a chance there could be an isolated spin up. I wouldn't freak out. I would keep the. I wouldn't freak out. I would just keep an eye on the weather. Can the warm front push further north than expected? As always, absolutely. It can also go not as far north as projected too. Those are always risks and outcomes when you're chasing the warm front, dealing with the setup of where those are going to produce tornadoes. I think so, Travis. I think we are out of the winter weather pattern here for Indiana, for now. So I think tornado season this year will probably be a little bit more active than normal to start, but I think the second half of severe weather season possibly comes down in terms of how active it is, if you will. Okay. We don't want to do that. Nope. Okay. Yep. Never trust a warm front. I agree. How much rain am I thinking for the Dayton area? Well, that's a good question. Let's see. How much rain are we putting down in Dayton? Let's see. Surface precip. Around an inch and a half or so, 3/4 of an inch to an inch and a half in Dayton. So There could be a blast of some light wintry weather on Monday. I think I was asked. I thought maybe he was talking more about winter storms or heavy snow. I think that's over. The last flurry or sleet event possibly hasn't happened yet. So thank you guys. Appreciate you all joining in. So check out the link for clarity again to get more info. I think that a lot of you would really love the Clarity Home package. I guess it's only $99. You just get so much out of it. We go to what is this? We don't do a lot of live streaming anymore. Instead of when we're at the day of the event, the Clarity Home customers, the Clarity clients have had multiple live streams leading up to this. A lot more content there to those folks. So I appreciate you guys coming in. Go back through the stream if you want and find out what your timing is, where your threat areas are. If and when all hell breaks loose tonight and weather goes crazy, we will be live streaming live coverage information. That is a thing that we do and will always do. So if that does happen, tornado warnings start coming out, we will certainly be on to keep you all posted tonight for sure. So thanks for coming on.